Hello everybody, Aiden here from Liquid Studio with another video for you. In today's video, we're going to talk about how to set up a professional live stream from a console on a budget. Welcome to the room. Well everybody, I've always been a console gamer and am new to Twitch, and I found it hard to find information about setting up a live stream from your console. So I spent a lot of time refining my setup, and I've got it to a position now where I'm very happy with the results. So I'm going to take a few minutes to go over what my setup is and how you can achieve fantastic results using a similar method on a budget. Well, let's get started. I'm not going to include the cost of the console or the PC in this budget. Why? I'm going to assume you have both of those, and if you're gaming on a console, you're just going to need a decent home PC to upload the stream. This is going to deliver you much better results than streaming directly from your console. Well, let's get started with what you're going to need. First is you're going to need a webcam. I have a Logitech 920. This webcam will run you about $75 and it's going to deliver you good results. What you're going to need to keep in mind is your lighting. Lighting is much more important almost even than your camera. Another option you can look at is a used HD camcorder. That'll deliver you fantastic results as well. I have a couple Sony HD 350 set up in the other room that I use for streaming. They look fantastic with inexpensive LED lighting from Amazon. But when I stream from my PS4, I use this webcam. I just have an overhead light in the room, and I also have a lamp here that I use for additional lighting. I could even add another LED panel, but this is enough to get you by. This webcam will work very well for you. And it runs USB out into your PC. Now, if your PC is on the other side of the room, what you can do is you can use a USB 2.0 repeater cable. They run up to 25 feet, so it'll give you more distance for your webcam. They'll cost you about $20 to $30 on Amazon. Next is, you can see here I have a monitor setup. Again, if your computer's on the other side of the room, you're not going to be able to use the monitor from your computer. If your computer is close to your gaming console, that's great. You can load up OBS or Streamlabs or Stream Elements or whatever you're using for your stream to Twitch, and you can monitor and view everything on your computer monitor. But if your computer's on the other side of the room, what you can do is set up a monitor close to where you stream, and you can take one of the other video outs from your computer. That it should have additional HDMI outputs. If it doesn't, what you can do is there's USB 3.0 hubs that not only will send USB signals, but they'll also allow you to send video signals through that USB. So you can hook up your monitor to this hub, and you can get your video anywhere that you can set up this hub. And again, you can use a USB repeater cable to be able to send this hub further distances if you need to. But for this setup, I picked up a second monitor that I'm actually using, again, over where I stream in my studio. I picked that up used on Kijiji for $40. So even if you have to pick up another monitor, check Kijiji. You should be able to find something very reasonable. But for this video, we'll factor in $50 for buying an additional monitor that you can sit close to you, just so you can keep your stream open, keep tabs on your chat, all your alerts, and interact with anybody who's in your stream on Twitch in real time while you're streaming from your console in your living room. Over here, I have it's just a clamp light from Home Depot. They'll run you about $10, and I bought a red light bulb to put into it. The light bulb was about $10 as well on Amazon. So that cost me $20. So what that'll do is that'll just put a splash of red on my black leather couch. It's a nice effect, especially for the stream, just to add a bit of color. Because I am using a green screen and not a set, it's a nice way to be able to get some color onto the black. It looks very nice. If you have a set up, there are RGB lights you can look at that Amazon sell for about $40. Or again, this is a very inexpensive route to go. It cost me $20. You could add another one with blue on the other side of the room if you wanted to. Again, just to add some spill lighting over there. But that'll deliver you great results. If you are going to use a green screen, the one thing you want to keep in mind, you only want to hit that green screen with white lights. If you hit that green screen with colored lighting, it's going to interfere with the chroma key in OBS, and it's going to cause problems for you. That's why I have that shining down on the black sofa. It's also great. I keep a wireless keyboard and mouse right there as well, so I can have any hotkeys set up in OBS or chat with the stream. And the light there is great because it'll light up the keyboard for me, so all my hotkeys and everything, I can easily see what I'm doing during the stream. Next, now we're going to go over how I set up and send my audio and my video to the stream. So I went over here. I have a webcam set up to get the image of me and my set here to the stream. Next, what I do is from my PS4, I send my HDMI from that, and that actually runs into a capture card. I'm using the Elgato HD60S capture card. Now, the great thing about the HD60S is you can use multiple capture cards. If you're using the older HD60 capture card, you can only use one of those. So if you have one of those, you can also buy an HD60S and add that, and you can use both of them. Or they also make a internal PCIe version, which is the HD60 Pro. But the HD60S that I purchased, I believe they're about $150. I bought it used on Kijiji. Cost me about $150 used for that. So what that'll do is that'll send the HDMI out from my PS4 into that capture card. Then it sends it back out from the capture card into my TV. And that capture card hooks up to my PC through USB 2.0. Now, so I have the webcam and I have the capture card that are plugged into the computer through the USB ports. Now, because the PS4 is getting the audio and the video from the HDMI, the only thing it's not getting is my chat. It won't pick up I'm not sending any audio to the stream or to the PS4. So what I do, I have a microphone set up here. It's a Sennheiser 845S. The great thing about this mic is it's a unidirectional supercardioid pattern mic. Now, I know that sounds fancy, but all that means is essentially it'll only pick up audio from right in front of the microphone. So you have to be almost right at the microphone grill and talking right into it for the audio to pick up through it. The reason why that's so important is as a console streamer, I don't want to have to always be wearing headphones. I want to be able to utilize my 5.1 surround sound system. And I also want to be able to listen to that at large volume. Because if I'm playing a game like Apex, I want to be able to hear enemy teams moving around. I want to be able to hear gunshots off in the distance. And the only way I'm going to be able to hear those is if I have my audio very loud. So if I was to use what they call a large diaphragm or small diaphragm condenser microphone, that microphone is going to pick up audio from all over the room. So it's also going to pick up audio coming from the speakers. So what that'll do is that'll create a feedback loop. So the sound source from the PS4, that audio is being captured from the HDMI into the capture card. But if I'm using a small diaphragm or large diaphragm condenser mic, it's also going to pick up the audio from my speakers. It's essentially going to get into what they call a feedback loop. It's going to pick up that audio, then it's going to pick up that audio again, but at a different time from the main audio source. So it's going to create all sorts of problems for the stream and anybody who's listening to my audio. So by using the Sennheiser mic or a similar mic, it will not pick up the information from your speakers. You can look at more inexpensive mics than this as well. This mic will cost you about $120. Shure PC58, I believe is the model. They run about $40 to $60. And you can find Behringer microphones and microphones for about $20. If you have an inexpensive microphone laying around, give that microphone a try. You may have to fiddle with your audio levels a little bit so it's not bleeding into the mic, or maybe the placement of your speakers so they're not pointing directly at your microphone, but give that a try first. So what I do, I take an XLR, which is just a standard microphone cable, and that comes out of my microphone. Then that goes over in behind my couch. Then it plugs into a USB mixer. Now I'm using a Behringer 802 USB. The reason why I'm using this is it'll allow me to take two XLR input, like this microphone, or I could take another microphone, and it'll allow me to take 4 1/4-inch inputs. So that can be a guitar signal, a bass signal, any other instrument or source. And it will also take RCA inputs. So I could run a MP3 player, a phone into it, and I can play audio from that as well. So by using this mixer, it just gives me a lot of possibilities of sources in audio that I can send not only to the stream, but I can also send that to my PS4 and into my chat. So how I achieve this is after this microphone is hooked up to that mixer then runs a USB out into the front of the PS4. You go into your options on your PS4 and you select your microphone source as a USB mixer. So then it will allow you, anything that you send into that mixer will come into your PS4 and it will go through your chat. It'll essentially act as if that's your microphone. So like I said, you can send any MP3 player, you can send your phone, you can send any audio or audio source into your PS4 using this method. Now again, depending on where you're going to have to put placement of this, if it's further away than you have a USB 2.0 cable, you can use a USB repeater cable if you have to. The Behringer mixer will cost you about $100 to buy that. Now, if you want to take this one step further, these two are not necessary, but they will drastically improve your audio and the sound and how clear your audio and your voice will come across. What I do is I actually run my microphone, and before it goes into that mixer, I run it into an ART dual MP2 preamp. This is a very inexpensive preamp that'll take two microphone sources. So I could run two microphones, one microphone and a guitar, two instruments, however I want to run this. After that preamp, I then run it into a DBX 166XS compressor and gate. This is again another inexpensive piece of gear. The ART is about $100 and this is about $200 new, $150 new. So to add both of these, even if you have to buy them new, you're looking at most $300. You can buy, if not these, very similar products. You can find them used on Kijiji. You're looking at about $100 a piece. But the compressor and gate, what that essentially will do is that will normalize the audio level of me talking. So if I talk very loud or I talk very quiet, it'll just normalize both of those. So it's a very nice, consistent volume that comes out from my microphone. But because it's not only a compressor, it's also a gate. And if you're not familiar with a gate, what a gate is, it'll essentially set a level. And it won't allow any audio that is below that level to pass through. That's why they call it a gate. It'll stop it from passing through. So all I have to do to be able to have my speaker system extremely loud and it not come through my microphone is just, it'll visually show me where the gate's responding. So I'll just turn up my audio very loud and I'll hit play and I'll leave my microphone where it is. And I can see how the gate is responding. I can see how much volume it's allowing to pass through. So I'll just adjust that until none of that audio is passing through the microphone. Then I'll go up to the microphone and I'll test talking into it. And as long as I'm louder than what my speakers are, it'll register my voice and it'll allow my voice to pass through nice and clean and clear, but it'll not allow the speakers to come through. This will deliver you great results and your audio is going to sound fantastic through a setup like this. Now, what I do next is I take the main out. This is a 1/4-inch cable. There's two main outs. All you need is one. You can use both of them. I take the main out and I run that into my audio interface, which is essentially just a 2-channel USB interface. I use M Audio 2x2. Focusrite also make a model 2i2. These will run you about $150 new. I picked mine up for $100 used. But what this will allow me to do now is it'll allow me to take whatever signal is being sent into the mixer, and it'll allow me to take that and send that to the streaming PC through USB. What I'll do then is in OBS, you just mix your two audio levels. You'll have your audio level that's coming from your PS4, which will be your game volume, and it'll be your party chat or chat from any of your teammates. Then you take the audio that's coming from your audio interface, which will be your talking, your audio, but it'll also can be any instruments you want to play as well, and you take that and you balance that with the audio that's coming from your PS4. Now, what I find works really well is if your voice is at about maybe 85 to 90%, and if the PS4 volume is at about maybe 50 to 75%, I find that's a good mix because you're going to want your voice to be above the audio that's coming from the PS4. You're not going to want the party chat to overtake your audio. Now, one final note on this. Like I said, you can just run one cable from that mixer into your audio interface. But if you're only using one microphone, and I'm running into my preamp, then into the compressor, well, that preamp and compressor are both dual channel. I have 2 channels. So what I can do with that is if I want to play an instrument or if I want to do something that I don't want to come across on the PS4, but I want to send that to OBS into the stream, what I can do is I can plug that into then the second input on that preamp, send that to the compressor, then run the compressor out, but not to the USB mixer, run that directly into the audio interface, into the second input. That way I can also send chat and I can send anything to the PS4, but I can also set up a microphone or an instrument or anything else that is strictly for the stream. This will just give you great functionality, and it'll really give you much more control over your stream doing a setup like this. One thing you will notice is you won't see any cables or anything laying around. It's because I have everything tucked around behind and cables run behind everything, which just keeps everything very neat and tidy. So you're not going to trip over any of your cables, and everything's always going to be set up for you so you can stream at a moment's notice very quickly. You don't have to tear down or set up. You can even see with my tabletop that my monitor and my webcam is on. This is just an additional table that I built myself, and I can lift this off and take it out of the room if I don't need it. If I want to stream, I can just set it down here, and everything is set up right away for me. Welcome everybody to my streaming setup. Well, this is what it looks for me for when I'm streaming on my console. I have my green screen set up. So what this will allow me to do will overlay my image to the game, which will look like this. Now, one thing I didn't talk about is headphones, but you could easily add and integrate headphones into this setup. You could add them at different points. If you added headphones to your Behringer mixer, what that'll allow you to do is that'll allow you to monitor your chat and anything else that you're sending to your chat to your PS4. If you added headphones to your audio interface, this would allow you to monitor OBS. So it would allow you not only to monitor your chat and anything you're sending your chat, but it'll also allow you to monitor your game volume and any alerts or anything else you have going on in OBS. If you had any cut videos or scenes or anything set up, you can also monitor those by adding headphones to your audio interface. If you use headphones that were specific for the PS4, what that would allow you to do is just monitor any of the audio that's going on in the PS4. But you could add headphones to multiple places in this setup. Well, I know this video has contained a lot of information and you may find it overwhelming. If you have any questions, please leave them below in the comments section. I'll be happy to help you out with anything I can. And if you feel overwhelmed with anything, please go back and watch this video again while you're setting up your own stream. Now, after you get all this set up, you're going to want to look into how to set up and run OBS. Now, I won't go over that in this video because that'd be a whole other video. But you're going to have to look into how you're going to send your stream to Twitch. OBS is a free open broadcast software that you can download. You can run that on your computer, and that'll allow you, once all this is connected, this will allow you to get all that information to your computer and upload that to Twitch. After you get this set up and you download OBS and you get familiar with some videos and tutorials with OBS, you should be able to get up and streaming in no time. You'll want to look into Streamlabs or Stream Elements. They're going to be able to help you with chat and alerts and getting that information on your stream. But you'll look into all of that after you get OBS set up. Well, I'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Thanks everybody for checking out our video. If you enjoyed it,
please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell
to stay up to date on new videos that we release. You can also connect with us on social media, Twitter @LiquidStudio2 and Instagram @LiquidStudioProducers.
We host a live stream every Monday and Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Twitch at twitch.tv/LiquidStudioProductions.
Come, hang out, talk, and create music with us. We post all the songs we create to SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/Liquid Studio Producers. We list the key and BPM of each song.
You can then download the songs, add your own vocals and instruments to create your very own songs, or just enjoy the music for yourself.
Also, if you're a content creator, you can use any of the songs we create as royalty-free music for your own video content.